What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Tallboy here. It's another edition of the Lab Tech Show. Hope all is well with y'all.
Let's make sure we have volume.
We should have volume. Now, maybe TBJ didn't have volume, but Tallboy's got some volume. Man, y'all missed the whole thing. Oh, my God. Man, hope all is well with everybody. It's another edition of the Lab Tech Show. What's up, Sheila Baker? I see you. She says, good evening, Revis. Mama D says, hey, Tallboy and TBJ. And then you got Tech Troublemaker. You got Hit the Spot 1006. We got a whole, the family members that pulling in. They know what time it is. It's 8 o'clock, and that's how we roll. Let me tell you what we got on tap for the evening. Prison phone calls rise. Prison phone call rates rise. Self-driving police cars are rolling out. New facial recognition app. That's going to be scary. We're going to talk about this thing with ICE and what they're doing with this facial recognition app. And then police access ring cameras. It's a lot of safety and law enforcement conversation that we're going to have today. And Revis is going to break down the word of the day called Firewall. Hope all is well with everybody. Please let us know if you're watching on your phone, city and state of where you're joining us from, city and state where you're joining us from. And we also have a poll in the chat, right? We got a poll in the chat. Let us know what are you more open to using? A QR code, AR, virtual reality, VR, self-driving vehicle, or digital ID. Which one are you more open to using? We'll come back and I'll have you probably do this twice. So it's in the chat right now on YouTube. And then we'll also do this here on here in the what do you call it? We'll do this here on the poll question on the show. So just wanted to let you know what we got going on. My name is Tallboy, and I like to simplify technology in a language that you can understand. My man Revis is here. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, another week, and we're just trying to stay positive, man. And y'all saw TBJ earlier, but they said they had some audio issues, so you'll see him momentarily. Just want to just say thank you to everybody that is supporting the show. If you could, it would be very appreciative if you would share the show with 2 or 3 people. Just hit the share button and text it, send it out on your Facebook Messenger, maybe send it out on IG. Let people know what we're doing, because we really would like to have a conversation with you this evening, okay? And I really think that this is something that we really need to talk about, because this stuff is here. And what we gonna do about it? We need to start coming up with solutions and coming up with plans. So with that being said, Spooling Around is here, and he says, hi, Tallboy and friends. Kissimmee, Florida is in the building. A lot of people in the South, Revis, are tapping in with us, man. I definitely want to say I appreciate that. So no one else on the West Coast, no one up north is tapping in with us. That's interesting. This is where they're coming in from. We got Sheila Baker down there in Florida. And then let me see, who else is this? Revis is somewhere in Alabama or Mississippi, somewhere over there. Hit the Spot 1006 is somewhere in Atlanta. That's what's up. So thank y'all so much for tapping in with us and letting us know where you guys are watching from. Utah, Alabama. Okay. I see Nikki Hammer is here from Chatter. Thank you so much. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and talk to TBJ real quick. He got to tell y'all the rules to the show so we can get this show started. Y'all ready? Let's go. New Jersey's here. I see you spooling around. What's up? I see you. Where you at, TBJ? Where you at?
Hey, everybody. TBJ in the building. Happy Halloween week. Are you getting dressed up? Welcome to another episode of the Lab Tech Show. We welcome everybody. Will you tell somebody to join us? Share the show. Look, this is how you can participate. You can watch on your phone, your TV, or your PC. Now, we just want you to rock with us. You know how we do. Will you rock with us? Look, you can comment. You can tell a few people what we're doing. And as always, Tallboy likes to keep this thing 100. We're all about transparency and authenticity. Now, without Tallboy, I don't know where we would be. So please share the show with a couple of people. Now, look, the one thing he like to say all the time is, it's here. So what you gonna do about it? Without further ado, Tallboy, let's get into the first article. I'll holler, y'all. See y'all a little bit later.
All right, guys, we got to get right into this thing. The FCC voted to nearly double rates for prison phone calls. If you know anybody that's in jail or in prison, things are about to get a little pricier. And I don't know if this is right. I don't know if it's fair. I don't know, but let's have this conversation. And like I said, please share the show with a couple of people so we know and we can have this conversation if you don't mind. All right. Let's see, what is it saying here? They are saying, here we go. They are saying that the FCC basically said they had a vote and they voted along party lines to hike the price caps on phone and video calls for people who are currently incarcerated. No game, no gimmick. The move effectively basically said that they're changing the previous regulations from 2024 that they had made. And they said that they were designed to slash those costs. But now they said, forget that. Those rates are going up and they're going up higher. The new rules and the rates are expected to shoot up by as much as 83%. Under the new rules, costs in large jails were expected to increase to 10 cents per minute and by 18 cents per minute in jails with fewer than 50 people. But at the last minute, the FCC also added a 2 cents per minute fee to account for correctional facility expenses. So not only are they charging you the 10 cents, so it probably would have been 8 cents, but they said they were going to add this 2 cents. Probably would have been 16 cents per minute for people that were under 50. But now they're saying they added that 2 cent per minute fee to account for correctional facilities. Now the FCC is backtracking on rules, and they adopted last year, which had capped rates at 6 cents and 12 cents per minute. So that from 6 to, what was it? 6 cents to 10 cents and 12 cents to 18 cents. That's a lot. And like I said, 83%. And they're basically saying that who are almost always the ones paying the tab. Y'all are about to face a serious financial strain. Like, real talk. We're about to, the ones that know someone that's in jail. So maybe you might want to tell your loved ones, we're in a situation right now on the outside. Maybe you need to think about it. Think about your situation. But at the same token, you don't really want them to struggle because, talking to loved ones that, keeps them sane on the inside, right? The official justification is that the regulators got to ensure fair compensation for the telecom service providers and cover all the facility security and operational expenses. But high key advocacy groups are calling the whole thing, an egregious transfer of wealth from financially vulnerable families to greedy monopoly companies. And basically everyone is saying that it jeopardizes communication, which is proven to be a way to reduce recidivism. Now, why could this be beneficial? Basically, it's an investment stability and return. Many retirement investment portfolios held by older adults include shares in the large telecom companies that are sponsoring this. And basically higher regulated price caps ensure greater financial stability and profitability for those providers, and potentially, saying that it could help your pension and retirement fund, do substantially well. It's a dedicated security funding. They're saying that the new rate structure includes an additive fee to cover. And they're saying vendor service reliability. The previous lower rate caps face pushback from providers who threatened to cut service to smaller, less profitable jails. So basically, if you were a smaller jail, they were going to cut the phone and video calls completely off. But now that you raise the rates, they're basically saying, hey, we're willing to stay. So was it a threat? An empty promise? We don't know. Why this could be a concern? This could be a financial hardship. Basically, these price caps directly impose hundreds of millions of dollars in additional annual costs on consumers, and is hurting low-income family members, many of whom are grandparents or aging parents who rely on those fixed incomes or just probably just don't have it. Also, compromise access to justice. High communication costs impede the ability of incarcerated people to consult, with counsel. They may not have the money to have that conversation with that lawyer, and directly compromising due process and effective re-entry planning. Before I ask Reeves his thoughts on this, I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the prison call rates? Let me know in the comments if you're watching on your phone. 1, I'm not mad at it. 2, this is a scam. 3, I won't be taking any calls. 4, they're taking advantage of the people and families. Or 5, the conditions of the jail should be better. 1 through 5, let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts on the prison call rates? Reeves, this is a lot to unpack, sir. Your thoughts on this?
My thought is, what better way to put the family in prison right along with the prisoner? That's what it is. That's exactly what you're doing. Things are hard out here already, and now they're going to double the rate. And they're talking about the recidivism rate. What they thinking that telephone calls is going to stop recidivism? No, they're going to go back if they want to go back anyway. But the thing about it is, how are you supposed to blend a prisoner back into society if you can't keep him in contact with his family? I think that's a bunch of hogwash. It's a money grab some kind of way. The telecom companies is lining somebody's pockets, and that's the reason why they all voted the other way.
This is a lot to unpack, and like I said, I think it's wrong, but unfortunately we have the current administration that is in office, and they're just all about money, right? It's all about money for them, and it's the telecom companies are saying, hey, we want to be able to make a profit, and if we can't make this profit, we're going to just cut the line of communication. I'm surprised that there's not another telecom company that's willing to come in and say, hey, we would like to get that contract. What is it, or who has that contract, and say, if you're not willing to do it, but now the FCC voted, so now is somebody's pockets getting greased for that extra 2 cents? Because let's be honest, are the jails really going to take that extra 2 cents and build towards making the jails better? I know we're having a situation here in Georgia with the Fulton County Jail, and they're talking about tearing down the jail, keeping the jail. They can't, there's more inmates than there is beds. What do you do with that situation? You're making an extra 2 cents off of every minute. You should be able to have that money, but where is that money going? We don't know. Let's see. What did they say? Lisa Maria says, Reeves hit the nail on the head. It's all about money. Mama D says, you just need to just stay free. We ain't got time for all of that. I ain't got time to be taking no calls. And the phrase profitable jails is disgusting. Interesting take, spooling around. Yeah, I mean, this is just where we are. And unfortunately, people probably don't even know that the rates have gone up. So now when you're taking those calls, what do you do in a situation like that? So you're going to get that bill and you're going to be like, hey, instead of that 20-minute call is now a 10-minute call because I'm not paying this extra rate. So we'll probably have to make it, a little less time. She said this time Reeves is right. Okay, that's what's hit the spot. 1006 agrees with Reeves. That is a beautiful thing.
Wow. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, look, please let your family, your friends know that jail calls have now gone up and they need to pay attention to what's going on. Let them know that the link to this article is in this show. Revert them back to the Lab Tech Show. Let them know that the article is in the description and they can read the article themselves so then they can inform other friends and family members. Let them know that. All right. With that being said,
maybe they're trying to increase the sales of stamps.
Maybe, but I mean, they're already short-staffed in a lot of jails, right? I don't know, but we'll table this and we can come back to it at a later time and date. Just share this article with people that you may know that may be affected, or that you know that someone may actually care about it. TBJ, what you got going on, TBJ?
Oh my God, prison phone calls rise? Ooh, that's a lot of money that these people got to pay. Maybe they shouldn't do the crime, and that way we ain't got to spend all that money. But I'm not judging because it's still wrong, y'all. Look, let me tell you what else is on tap. Self-driving police cars. Oh my God. The police gonna pull you over and ain't nobody in it. New facial recognition app. What is that all about? Tallboy gonna talk about this a little bit later on. And then police are accessing your Ring cameras. You got one of those? Uh-oh. Maybe you want to disable or get rid of it. You know my personal partner Reeves. He here, and he like to talk that word of the day thing. And we're gonna break down this word firewall. So without further ado, Tallboy, play his theme song. And ladies, get ready. Maybe he might have a trick or maybe a treat. Tallboy, play the song, man. Play the song.
Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? Hey,
Be with us, y'all.
Mr. Sexy Man,
Maybe we might find the firewall.
what your name is?
Roll tape,
What your
Tallboy.
name is?
He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn.
Revis, my man. How you doing, player? How you doing?
I'm doing rather well. Ready for trick or treat.
Oh, you gonna get you some candy or you gonna get you some ramen noodles? Which one you gonna get?
You know what? Either one of them will work. Hey, a treat is a treat.
I like that. Look, before we move on to where you at, Nikki Hammer in the comments says, Paul says the inmate pays for the outgoing phone calls. That's happening. Oh man, that's crazy. I thought somebody had to put some money on their books. Well, maybe things have changed these days. Where you at, Reeves? Where you at?
I am in Utah, Alabama. I'm right 40 miles from Mississippi, and I'm not too far away from Tuscaloosa.
Utah. Is that like UTAH or is that another Utah?
That's another Utah. It's EUTAW.
Oh, never heard of that one. What's so special about that town, sir?
You know, actually, this town was in the news a couple years ago with a police-involved shooting. So this town is actually on the map.
Oh man, we got a
And
lot
maybe
of.
maybe the inmate is calling his family, and the price been just doubled on him.
Oh man, that's not good. Well, look, we got this word of the day called firewall, and I'm gonna give you the definition in a sentence, and you're gonna break it down for us, okay?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try.
All right, a firewall is a computer hardware or software that prevents unauthorized access to private data, such as on a company's local area network, which they call a LAN, or intranet, not internet, intranet, by outside computer users as the internet, if that makes sense. So the intranet means inside on a local network, and the internet means on the outside. Hopefully Reeves can break this down, but I'm going to give him a sentence. Reeves, do you want the digital hater or you want the bouncer in the club sentence? Which one you want, Reeves?
Give me the bouncer in the club.
Imagine a firewall is that bouncing dude at the club checking everybody's ID and making sure ain't no random weirdos messing up the vibe inside your computer. And then the other sentence that I have is think of your computer's firewall like the inspection station. It's checking every digital package trying to enter or leave to make sure you aren't picking up any sketchy cargo, viruses, on the information superhighway. Firewall, Reeves, break it down, player, break it down.
Well, the main job of a firewall is to inspect the incoming and outgoing network traffic. It decides based on the strict rules of what can and what can't go in and out of your computer. Uh, the reason the internet doesn't instantly turn your drive into a pile of confetti or phishing scams is because of the firewall. And when I think of firewall, I actually think of California when they have the wildfires and how it doesn't make sense that when those fires are out of control and they're getting into the areas that's populated, how the fire department actually lights a fire to contain the fire that is going out of control. So the firewall is actually stopping the fire from getting into the area where it's not supposed to go. So computer when we talk about firewall, we talk about your computers and you talk about the software and things like that. It's just added protection to stop uh, the viruses and everything else and unwanted stuff to get into the computer. Uh, let's just put it this way: Halloween is tomorrow, or Friday, and the unsung hero of the internet tirelessly trying to keep the digital hordes and goblins away from your precious cat photos and your tax documents. It's trying to keep everything away from all the things that you uh, hold dearly that you have in your computer. That's what the firewall does. It protects the stuff that you have in there and don't let the goblins and the ghosts get in there and start tearing stuff up. That is a firewall. Firewall is actually something that protects all the things that you have in there that you hold dear.
Okay. All right, player. I think you did a good job. Basically, it's just a barrier from from your computer getting damaged or messed up with viruses or stinky germs. Is that right?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Well, ask the audience. If you're watching on your phone, how did Revis do on the word of the day? 1, awesome breakdown. 2, the breakdown was horrible. 3, he should have stopped while he was ahead. Or 4, I understand the word now. 1 through 4. How did Revis do on the word of the day? Let us know. Let us know. Oh man, Revis, I think you did a good job because the goblins and the ghosts and all of that stuff getting inside of your virus on your computer. I think you did a good job, player. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, awesome fun thing says I was drilling holes at my office and the wall was a firewall, a real wall meant to block fires. Oh man. And he says, I was confused when the landlord complained. And he says, I thought he was talking about a network firewall. Oh man. Well, this is a computer firewall. So we're gonna give you your props on that one, player. You did your thing. So yeah, player.
All right. It's about time. I have to redeem myself for the last couple of weeks, huh?
Sir, yeah, you
I had
over
everybody
winning.
confused with these 9 words.
Yeah, but you was doing it today, player. You was doing it today. I gotta give it to you. A lot of ones in the comments, and they loving what you got to say. So I gotta give it to you.
Where,
A lot
where's
of
hit the spot
ones.
1006? Where's hit the spot 1006? That's what I'm looking for.
I see Bill. I see Sheila. Awesome fun things. Nikki. Asha. Is it Asha or Aisha?
Yep.
Oh, Aisha. Hey, Aisha. Sorry for messing up your name. And Mama D. But we don't see no hit the spot 1006 and no in the trading. Everybody is saying 1. That's what they saying.
Wow.
They saying 1. Everybody's saying 1. They saying you did a good job. And you even threw in the word fishing. Remember we talked about that word a couple of weeks ago, y'all? He even threw in another word.
Right.
I saw you over there being smooth with it, player. I saw you.
Hey, I feel good now. We just got to make sure everybody like and subscribe and invite someone. Hey, always invite someone.
Yeah, Glow, no competition. These stay off. Yeah, Glow.
Yeah, Revis. That's what I'm talking about, player. That's what I'm talking about. You did your thing, player. I ain't mad at it. You gonna hang out with Tallboy? You gonna tap out?
I'm gonna hang out with him.
Okay, all right, everybody. Thank y'all so much. Happy Halloween to everybody. I may come in a little bit later. You know, we gotta talk that merch, y'all. We gotta talk merch. But y'all enjoy the show, and I'll see y'all a little bit later. All right, y'all be good.
All right, guys. What's up, Solo? I see you in the building. Thank you so much. Hit the spot said no, he didn't. Oh yeah, we trying to. Hey, we were waiting on you. We were waiting on you to say how he did. It's too late now. We were waiting on you to give us your thoughts on how he did on the word of the day. We did ask you guys earlier. I know you guys did this in the on the YouTube. But what are you more open to using? 1, QR code. 2, AI. 3, self-driving vehicle. 4, digital ID, or 5, virtual reality VR. What are you more open to using? See, I threw a little wrinkle in there right here on the live chat. So if you're watching on your phone, we're making it to where it's a little bit more interactive. Would love to see your thoughts. Over there on the YouTubes, you guys said, I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick before we get back to the show. 45% of you guys said you're more open to using a QR code, and 27% said that they're more open to using a digital ID. That's what y'all said. So, hey, I'm all for it. And like I said, this is some new technology that is coming out, and we definitely want you guys to be aware of what's happening, okay? Just letting you know. Uh-oh, what do we got going on over here? There we go. Yeah, there it is. More people willing to use the QR code. They talking about stop making excuses for Revis. I'm not making no excuse for Revis. Revis did his thing today. I mean, he used 2 words of the day that he shared with y'all within the last 2 months, and he did a phenomenal job going into Halloween. That's it. He did a phenomenal job. You got to give credit where credit is due. That's all I can say. Stop being a hater.
Right. Happy birthday, Tammy. Happy early birthday.
I'm not gonna do this with you. Look, we got self-driving police cars, new facial recognition app, police access the Ring cameras, and we're going to go ahead and get into this show, all right? So let's see. Self-driving police cars. Did you hear about this, Revis, about down in Florida? They got a new, we talked about Waymo vehicles, and if you're not familiar, on this channel here, when the show is over with, look at the live section and you'll see I actually got in a self-driving car 2 weeks ago. And I don't even think it's 14 days, but 2 weeks ago, I got in a self-driving vehicle and it took me from one destination to another destination, and there was nobody driving the car. Earlier this month, hit the spot 10:06 and I, we got in a self-driving vehicle downtown Atlanta, and it took us to our destination. People were blown away with the fact that they saw African Americans in a self-driving vehicle. They could not believe that we were literally in a self-driving vehicle. Like, why would you, of all people, be in one of those? I thought it was a cool experience. But now they're taking it to another level. Said Miami. They have a new car, and they're saying that, hey, we're gonna it has a new drone launching police car that can drive itself. So it's a self-driving vehicle, but it also has drone capabilities that are attached to the vehicle. So they're basically deploying all of the stops. And what I mean by that, Miami just rolled out a new police cruiser. That's what it looks like right there on the screen. And they're basically saying that it's really futuristic. And the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office announced that the launch of a new pilot program involving something police officers are calling PUG, police unmanned ground vehicle, which is also described as a patrol partner for local police. AI driven analytics, real time crime data, and a suite of sensors, including 360 cameras, thermal imaging, license plate recognition, and drone launch capabilities. That's all of the features that this pug can do. The pug also increases situational awareness. It also automates repetitive tasks and frees deputies to focus on the human side of policing. Hint, hint. And they said it's a practical step towards safer, more efficient public safety. Now, these are self-driving vehicles now, and they can also pop up a drone into the sky. And that's if they're looking for somebody, they can just say, hey, we have a self-driving vehicle in the mall. And somebody, remember we talked about those people launching drones for security? You can have one of these self-driving vehicles right there in the mall, and they just deploy the drone, and they have the thermal imaging, right? So they can say, hey, looking for somebody in a black hat, blue shirt, khaki shorts. And the drone can find it, right? Because it has the thermal imaging. So you could literally go hide behind a tree. It's still going to find you. Is this cool or is this bad? This technology is serious business, and it's a whole new level of patrol, keeping the community safe and the force ahead of the curve. Now, right now, this is only being deployed in Miami, and they're just using it as marketing purposes. But I'm having this conversation with you today because will other police forces start to deploy and say, we want one of these vehicles? And they start to say, we'll have self-driving vehicles on a random street. And how will they police us? Will it be in all of the neighborhoods, or will it be in a certain type of neighborhood? With the fact that it has those cameras, it can do the license plate reader. So just think you're driving or riding dirty with no insurance and not, no tags. And they could be on one side of, they could be somewhere on the road, and then there's police officers right up the street, and they can flag you because that that license plate reader is right there, and it can tag you, right? Or maybe you're running. Right. These are things you got to think about. And there's like over 6,000 police agencies that are here in America. How many of these agencies are going to say, we want one of these in this area? So you can, from thermal imaging, 360-degree cameras, drone launch capabilities, and the license plate readers, this is a lot to think about. Now, it does enhance emergency response. The immediate launch of a drone allows first responders to get critical aerial views of accidents, which could be good. Medical emergencies or fires much faster than a patrol car could navigate through traffic. I don't know what somebody would do if no one's in the car. It's not like it can put out a fire. It's not like it can do CPR, but it can at least say, hey, this block here, and it can kind of deploy, right? And have everybody go here on street A versus street B. Basically, drones offer a quiet, high altitude surveillance, which can deter property crime and suspicious activity in residential areas without the noise and intrusion of constant visible police sirens and heavy vehicles. Reduce police driver fatigue or error. Self-driving capabilities can mitigate accidents caused by an officer. Just the other day, there was a police officer driving in one of the local city of Atlanta neighborhoods and ran into somebody's house. I don't know if he was chasing somebody, he or she was chasing somebody, but lost control in the middle of the night and ran into somebody's house. Maybe that drone can say or that self-driving vehicle could be there. Drones can rapidly assess congestion or road hazards, providing real-time data to redirect traffic, which is beneficial for, drivers who prefer to avoid stressful or prolonged delays. That could be a possibility. And that aerial footage from drones provides unbiased documentation of incidents, aiding transparency, and basically saying, hey, here's a fair resolution in situations involving accidents or altercations. It was in the sky. It saw the whole thing. It was recording. They saw the accident happen from the top down. Now, some things for concern. A widespread, low-cost use of aerial drones could lead to a collection of excessive data on ordinary law-abiding citizens, creating a surveillance society. Sounds like we're kind of going there, right? And also cyber vulnerability, reliance on complex autonomous systems introduce the risk of technical malfunctions, because that does happen, hacking or software glitches that could lead to errors in judgment or system control, and that could cause a public safety hazard. So all of these things are something that that we need to consider, the positive and the negative. I'm not saying that you're for it. I'm not saying that you're against it, but I am going to ask you, do you think self-driving police vehicles will be deployed nationwide? That's the question that I have for you. Let me know in the comments. 1, if the numbers are right, I could see it. 2, this is nothing but a gimmick. 3, I can see lawsuits happening with this. Or 4, I think it will be a case-by-case basis. Do you think self-driving police vehicles will be deployed nationwide? Oh my God, Rebus, I'm waiting to hear your thoughts. You're a truck driver. You're all over. You're all over the United States. You're all over the world. What do you think about this?
I think that it's going to happen. It's just like California. Every time they come out with something, it just spreads like the plague, and everybody else does it. I think Miami is just a test pilot, and it's going to move all over the United States. It is a lawsuit waiting to turn it into a surveillance state anyway. So why not, go ahead and get people used to it. So everything you do, they'll be recorded. Just imagine if they have the heat-seeking drones and stuff, and you walk down the street and you fart. Hey, that right there is a nuisance to the neighborhood. Let's give him a ticket. I'm just saying, it's going to see. Everything is going to happen. Things are happening pretty quickly. AI and all this drone surveillance and all that is coming through. We're turning into a surveillance state anyway. So yes, it's going to happen.
Awesome Fun Things has some jokes here. He says, what's the lowest crime I can commit to be hauled away in a self-driving vehicle? A self-driving police car. That's his joke of the day.
Wait till you get arrested. Wait till you get arrested by a drone.
You're going to get a ticket in the mail. Probably speeding. Awesome Fun Thing says hit the spot 1006. Do they send the pug if someone shoplifts from self-checkouts? So we just talked about this a couple of weeks ago, spooling around, where the malls were talking about possibly deploying drones to notify security and police officers or law enforcement in the malls. So who's to say that maybe if a pug is in the area and you run out of the store at a CVS or a Walgreens, right? Your local drugstore, grocery store, and the police pug is literally sitting right there on that street and they deploy it. They already gave the description and there's the drone up in the air trying to find you. Hit the spot 1006 says it will probably be in affluent areas first. I think that probably will happen. Sheila Baker just cannot believe this. She's like, I can't believe this. Now you can't say police shot me first. Well, you shouldn't have been out there doing whatever it is that you were doing. But I mean, I get it. They will tear those cars up in metro areas. And that's a strong possibility.
They're eventually going to give those drones a nightstick so they can take care of our kind of people. That way they don't have to do it personally. The drone can do it for
them. Well, I mean, this is yeah. I think we're in a state right now where I think anything is possible, right? At this point, everything that we've been reporting over the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing it. We talked about it maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year. We're now starting to see it come into fruition. and I hate to say this, but with the current administration that we have, we're seeing things that probably would have never happened under any other administration, in the history of America. And so at this time, I think if they think it probably, there's a company that's out there willing to buy it and actually deploy it. It's sad, but this is, and I don't know, are we starting to live in a fear mongering state where we should be scared to go outside? I don't know if that's a fair statement to put, but it's like, why should we be afraid to be outside? That doesn't make sense to me, but when you do things like this, and I'm showing you what this police car looks like, it's one of those situations where it's like, is it even, do we even want something like this in our communities? I mean, it sounds cool to have it, right? But to say that you're putting a self-driving police car, it sounds cool to have it. And this is what it looks like once again on the screen. It sounds cool to have it, but then when you get a ticket in the mail because you were doing 65 and a 40, then you're going to be upset. The drone was in the air and then you got into an accident and they were able to say, oh, well, we already had the footage in the air and we already have a police report that's already written. These are things that you have to think about, right? And these are things that, will it be in the affluent areas first? Yes, for marketing purposes. But when they're ready to deploy it, then guess where it's going to go?
Right.
So for marketing purposes, yeah, we're going to
And
drive it around.
you know what's going to happen, right? Something is going to happen. They're going to use that drone. It's going to save a life, and it's going to be the savior of the world. It's going to be the second coming.
Okay, I like that. Well, most of you guys said one. If the numbers are right, I could see it. Yeah, I mean, this is where we are. I hate to use that as a common theme and phrase of this is where we are, but this is literally where we are, and it's scary, but at the same time, it's still kind of cool, right? And I don't know where that fine line is when we say, is it cool or is it not something that we need to be doing? My thoughts. Call to action time. What's going on, everybody? It is the Lab Tech Show. Join us. It is a interactive, fun show. And I just messed all of this up because why? The music did not kick off the way I wanted to. So guess what we're going to do? It's the Lab Tech Show, y'all. Join us. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Embrace this technology. We got you. Now, Revis, I don't know why the song messed up and it didn't kick off the way it was supposed to kick off. But this is what we do every Wednesday. Please tell somebody what we're doing. We're building and we want you to join us. I just looked the other day or looked this morning and said we got 680 subscribers. So if you're new to the show, if you know somebody that needs to know this information, have them hit that like button, have them hit the subscribe button, and then hit that bell button and tell them to be a part of this family. Because see, we're having an interactive and engaging show and we would love for you to be a part of it. That's what we would like. The Lab Tech Show. Join us Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Revis, I don't know how that fired off the wrong way. I really don't, man.
Well, we were talking about those ghosts and goblins, and maybe one of those ghosts and goblins got in there. I'm just saying, you can't control them.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. I'm trying not to call out the flubs here in the show, but ish happens, right? It does happen. Ish happens. Me and Awesome Fun Things were talking the other day about how he's a professional cusser. And I was like, he's not a professional curser. I am, and it's like, I'm trying to be positive and not go cursing when shit don't go right. Right. So it's frustrating because you want this show to be perfect and flawless. And that, I guess that's probably why some of y'all like it. Cause it's like, I love to see him stressing out. Y'all should see what's behind the scenes, right? There's 4 monitors in front of me, 2 cameras, and then I got TBJ sitting over here waiting to be deployed. And it's a lot of moving parts. And when something just goes off, it just throws you off, and it's like, I just want to go off sometimes. And to hear awesome fun things talk about how he can curse is like, you ain't no cursor like me. But I try to be clean here in the streets on the Lab Tech Show. I try to be clean on these internet streets. But when this show is over with, Revis is gonna hear me say a few words. That's all I'm gonna say. You gonna hear me say a few words when this goes off. And it's not Revis's fault. Look, Congress is pushing for Department of Homeland Security for details on ICE's new facial recognition app. There's a new app, y'all, and this is crazy. It's called the Fortify app, and I can't make this up. ICE is literally taking a picture of you, and it will literally scan its databases. And if you have a warrant for your arrest, or if you're an illegal, undocumented person, you're going to get detained. This is what they're doing. Is really messed up. I don't even know how you can even stop it, because local police and local law enforcement agencies are saying we're not going to get involved, but that still does not stop, federal agents coming into your, local municipalities, right? It does not stop them. So they're not getting involved. Local police aren't, but federal agents are still in your local community or in a community near you, and they're just literally pulling out their phone and they're taking pictures, and they're like, you're illegal. You got a warrant, and we're going to just take you away. Congress is pressing the Department of Homeland Security for some detailed answers about a new ICE facial recognition app called Mobile Fortify. Now, this is no small thing. This app is using facial and fingerprint scans out in the field, away from the border, and tapping into an array of government databases. And we're talking about over 200 million images. And this is crazy, because what they're doing is they're taking Clear, and the people who have TSA pre-check, if you have your mug shot, if you go into the DMV and get your license, they're literally pulling all of those images from those databases. Maybe even you signed up for something and uploaded your image to Facebook, and Facebook is selling your data to the Department of Homeland Security, and this is how they're getting your images. Lawmakers are asking DHS to explain the legal justification for using this tech on people inside of the country, including citizens. And the app is still in beta testing, which means it could be inaccurate. And facial recognition in general is known for leading to false matches and wrongful arrests, especially in the African American communities, right? They need to know the why and the how before this system gets too deep, because the goal is to make sure ICE is equipped with this technology, and they want it to be accurate and constitutional. And because we're going through right now with the government shutdown, Congress can't do too much of anything, because the United States is shut down. I don't think they're shut down, and this is just me, because they're still taking taxes every month, right? So are they really shut down, or is it a money play? What's the hidden agenda? But back to what I'm saying here. If Congress is shutting down, how are they meeting and talking about this? So basically, it's the wild, wild west out here. The biometric security is way harder to fake than traditional IDs. This offers a powerful shield against the identity theft and financial fraud, which often target older populations. This is crazy. It's adapted. If adapted for local use, similar swift identity verification systems could be used to screen visitors to residential communities or healthcare facilities, ensuring only authorized personnel and family members gain access, keeping older adults safer. And what if somebody is a missing person? They can just pull out the phone and scan and say this super query feature, which links images to multiple asset databases, which is vehicles, addresses, could potentially be leveraged by local authorities to quickly locate and identify a missing senior, like somebody with Alzheimer's. I don't think ICE is going to be looking for a missing senior. I don't think that. But facial recognition technology is often criticized for being less accurate on older skin tones as well as non-white faces. This means adults in this demographic face a higher risk of being falsely flagged, leading to invasive questioning or wrongful detainment. And it's a massive privacy erosion. Using this type of comprehensive surveillance technology away from the border and on the street represents a significant expansion of government monitoring into the private lives of law-abiding citizens. This is a lot. This is a lot. Question that I have for you is, what do you think of the Fortify app? This is wrong on all levels. 2, I can't blame them for using the resources. 3, I can't believe they are using this technology. Or 4, they need to have a better method of detaining people. Revis, talk to me, man. Let me know. What's your thoughts on this?
I'm trying to figure out, what does facial recognition of American citizens have to do with immigration and custom enforcement? That's what ICE stand for, Immigration and Custom Enforcement. So if I'm an American citizen and I have a warrant for, let's say, speeding tickets, and they do a facial recognition of me, they're going to arrest me. What does that have to do with immigration, and what does it have to do with custom enforcement?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an overreach. I think they're doing a little too much.
Like I said, this is a law enforcement show, right? This episode here, look at the things that we've been talking about. You're already in jail, right? And they're charging you more money to be able to talk to loved ones. They're deploying self-driving police vehicles that have 360 cameras, thermal imaging, and drone capabilities. And then now you're saying I can take a picture of you, and when I take this picture of you, you can tap into your database and you can find images of me, but you're ICE. You're not even supposed to be on the local streets. You're supposed to be at the border, but you're literally in our municipalities, in our cities, or in our neighborhoods.
And I hear ICE is hiring felons right now, so you can get a job with ICE if you want. Well, anybody can get a job with ICE right now.
Wow.
But I do like the app for facial recognition and all that kind of stuff, because I might decide that I'm going to have me a girlfriend sometime here, and if I do happen to have one, I'd like to know if she's a serial killer or not. So that might help.
I wonder if the facial recognition app can go through the makeup that these women be wearing.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. I mean, look at all the makeup that a lot of women wear, right? I'm joking, but I mean, look at all the makeup women wear. Like, I want to see what you really look like behind all that beat up face, right? I want to see that. Yeah, my face is beat. No, I want to see what you really look like. Can I get access?
But you're down in Atlanta, so you know men wear a lot of makeup down there too.
But not I. I'm in the right side of town. I'm trying to make light of this, but at the same token, this is a serious matter. This is a serious matter that, what is the solution? Does anybody have a solution in the comments of what we should do, what we should not do? Like, I mean, outside of saying this should be banned. Right now, Congress is not here. And basically, it's a free-for-all. How do we stop this? Does anybody have a solution? It's one thing to point the blame, is one thing to cry foul, but does anybody have a solution to this issue of how we could probably say, let's protect everybody? Of course, if you have committed a crime, if you're a convicted, murder, if you committed a murder, yes, we want to make sure that we get those people off the streets. But you also know that in certain communities, and let's just be honest, are they really policing the way that they should be versus another community? Being in all fairness, what solutions does anybody have to where maybe somebody watches this show and say, you know what, let me share this with a congressman and maybe that could be a potential bill. Maybe we can, stop this. When does the madness stop? We need solutions. It's one thing to point the finger and say this is wrong and this is, we're crying a foul, but what's the actual solution to this?
It sounds like you're trying to make us all stay in the house. If you just stay in the house, you don't have to worry about it.
Stay in the house. So basically,
stay in the house. That's the solution.
So basically, you're saying, hey, do everything with, and they kind of did this with COVID, right? Stay in the house.
Right.
You're familiar with Amazon. You're familiar with Instacart and DoorDash. There's no reason to leave the house. You have internet. And you're good to go. That's basically what you're saying. And they've already proven that it can be done, but then people want to be outside.
Yeah, people want to be outside, but it's safer to stay in the house. Because not only do you have to worry about thugs and criminals, you have to worry about the so-called non-thugs and criminals, the people that's supposed to be protecting you, that may happen to be flying above your head, taking facial recognition and following you. So we're turning into a surveillance state. So the best thing to do to not be surveilled is to stay in the house.
Yeah. This week they had a strip club in Texas where ICE came in and raided the strip club and they were taking the women out. And it was like, man, they even getting the female strippers out of Texas, shall we say. And it was like, I don't know if any of those facial recognition, phones were used, or I just saw a quick video. It was no more than 45 seconds of basically everybody was sitting down and they were just, shuttling the women out of the strip club. And it's like, at what point do you feel comfortable going outside knowing that you're going to probably get harassed based off of you trying to have your entertainment, your fun, and you can't go out and do what you need to do?
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I wasn't in Texas, man. Jeez.
Lisa Maria says, I pay too much rent to be spending money outside. Okay. The solution is me. U.S. vote Haas 2028. Who wants to be my running mate? So Matt Haas wants to run for election. Interesting.
Matt Haas for president? Okay, I'm all with it. Hey. Awesome fun thing, yes.
I see something. Well, hold up. You can't run for vice president vibes because you're in the UK. He says, I can see the poster now, Haas and vibes. You can't run in the United States, man. I don't understand how they can find all these people they need to be deported, but they can't find any of these missing children and traffickers. Because I'm not trying to be funny, Lisa Maria. They're finding what they want to find. They're looking for who they want to look for. The movie Minority Report had this, and Total Recall. Boom, boom. There you go. Go back and look at the Minority Report and Total Recall this weekend, y'all. They put it in our face in the early 2000s, and now look at what we're looking at. Look at what we're dealing with. Lisa Maria is like, very interesting. I don't want to scare
Now,
anybody.
Matt Haas, Solo will probably be a good vice president.
I could see that. And he's from Pennsylvania too. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania's trying to definitely recoup. So they're trying to recoup. I could see that. Okay, we just need to get another. He needs a running mate. Who will it be? Who will it be? Will it be Sheila Baker and Haas? Will it be Lisa Maria and Haas? We don't know. It could be a Solo in Haas. You never know. I would love to see that ticket. We might find a, what do you call it? We might find a poster next week, maybe, of a potential running mate for Haas.
See?
Oh, well, that's what it is. All right, guys. We got some brands to talk about, and we got a little merch to talk about. TBJ, where you at, man? Where you at? TBJ, talk to me. We got merch to talk about. Where you at?
Hey everybody, TBJ, we back. It's time to get the merch, y'all. Did you know Tall Boy's got merch? Say what? Look, if you got your phone, that's right. If you got your phone, open it up and scan the QR code right here on the screen. It's going to take you right here to shop.tallboy.us. Now look, this is what I would love for you to do. Go ahead and click on all products, okay? And you'll see this fine selection of products that Revis has, I got, and Tallboy has. Now look, as always, we would love for you to check out the merch. Black Friday coming up, so we would love for you to consider making a purchase with us. Ladies, we got something for you. Fellas, we got something for you as well. And we got word of the day merchandise, tumblers, bucket hats, you name it, we got it. Now look, will you support the show? That's all we asking. Now you can Cash App, you can PayPal, but we would like for you to walk away with something tangible as well. So you see the products, you see the merch. Why don't you go ahead and buy something and send it over to Tallboy, take a picture of it, and he'll feature you on the show. Once again, shop.tallboy.us. Don't forget, click on all products. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later, y'all. I holla. Shop.tallboy.us. Bye-bye.
It's the brand, y'all. Y'all see it. Lab Tech Show, Your Live Production, and tallboy.us. Check those websites out respectively, and I think you'll see something quite interesting. Don't forget that we're on Spotify and YouTube podcast at the Lab Tech Show, so that means you can listen while you're on the go. Don't forget we're on Roku and Amazon Fire at TBE Media. And as always, if you would like to support the show, we are on PayPal and Cash App. Definitely would love your support financially, whether it's small or large. We would like your support. Don't forget, we're going to be launching this new feature out called Pools real soon because we're going to CES. And we're going to bring you back some of this great tech content. And we would love for you guys to support us as trying to help us offset the cost that it costs to go out there. Because you're talking about flight, hotels, Ubers and Lyfts, food. Oh, man. Tips. It's a lot. Remember, think big, think tall boy. Think big, believe in God. Think tall, the sky's the limit. And think tall boy because he said so. And he is doing it. That's just what we do. It is the brands. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, guys, we got one more article before we get up out of here. I see some comments coming in here real quick. So if the CIA and the FBI has a hand in what Hollywood gets put out there, just like with Will Smith and Gene Hackman, Enemy of the State, back then, they were much more advanced than they let on. Yes, Lisa Maria. They just showed you a portion of that back then. They were way more advanced than that. Let me see. Reva says, Haas and the kid for 2028, make America crazy again. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And I don't know if I'm ready. Awesome Fun Thing says, hell yeah, Revis, let's get it. What my only question is, if Solo and Revis do it, is there gonna be some cussing involved? That's what I want to know. Are y'all gonna be like, hey, you need to fucking vote for me? Like, are y'all gonna be doing that? Aisha said, "Look,
I'm going to be the campaign manager.
oh man." Rich Vibe says, "Nope. If I was vice president with Matt, it would be Make America Awesome again." Oh man, he's smoozing up. Oh my God, I can't. I can't. Taco Tuesday with beats in the background. Hey, Solo, come on, man. Well, where's your campaign slogan, brother? Like you got Rich Vibes. They trying to make a selection for this man, and he's not even an American citizen. We got Solo and Haas running for 2028. Help us out, Solo. Well, what's your tagline, brother? I hope Solo's still here. He need to go ahead. Put your bid in for us, brother. Put your bid in. Look, we got one more article, and this is definitely a conversation that we really, really need to have. How many people have a Ring camera in their house? This is very important. If you have a Ring camera, starting November 1st, there's going to be some information that you need to know about, okay? They are releasing, oh, I don't want to do that just yet. Come on. There we go. Bring that up. I done messed up something. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know what I did, but Ring has done something and we got an issue over here. So you know what we're going to do? We're not even going to worry about it. I don't even know how to get rid of that. So we're just going to delete the whole thing. Bear with me, y'all. Revis, hold it down. Hold down the fort for me, please.
Okay. I see Solo said that he doesn't curse like we do. So Solo, listen here, we're gonna hold a class on cursing, me and Tall Boy, and we can get you back off into this thing. Hey, it's pretty easy, and at the end of the course, we're gonna hand out certificates. If anybody else want to join, hey, just make sure you email us and let us know. Hey, I want to be part of the class. Hey, it's all right. I think you make a great vice president. You know, someone has to be rational. Matt Haas isn't, so someone has to be rational here.
I love keep it. Hold it down, Revis. You doing a good job right now. This is better. Hey, look, this is better than the word of the day.
Hey, my thing is, in order to be a running mate of Matt Haas, you have to like Star Wars. I'm just saying, and you have to like Mario Brothers because you're gonna be a whole bunch of that stuff going on. I'm just saying.
This is hilarious.
Oh, my goodness.
We've definitely gone left field, y'all. But I love it. Keep it going, Revis. I said hold it down. Hold down the fort.
All right.
I think he said that the slogan is "Don't stop, get it." That's the he gonna have Luke over there as the campaign manager. I can't. That's what's up, though. I love it.
Oh my.
He said,
he said, Magic City is my campaign headquarters. See, Solo, that's what I'm talking about. See, sometimes you don't have to curse. Sometimes you can just show what you're saying. Oh, my goodness.
For the ones that don't know, Magic City is an adult entertainment club. So that's all we're going to say. And it's the
very adult. And the problem is, ICE may come in there and take away your adult entertainment. So I'm just saying, get ready for that also. They did it in Texas. They'll do it in Atlanta also.
Oh, man, I can't. I can't, y'all. This is hilarious. I'm trying to get this article to come up. Bear with me. I don't know why it won't do what it needs to do, but I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. Pause. I don't want y'all thinking I said that in the wrong way. I
want you guys to know that we're talking about this Ring doorbell, and a lot of people have it. And so now the government is saying, "Hey, we're giving police access to your Ring doorbell."
I wasn't.
That's what they're doing.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for all that. Revis.
I'm just giving them a precursor. That's all, just a precursor, so they can know what to expect whenever you do get ready. So you told me to hold it down. I'm trying to hold it down.
Okay. Well, look, Rich Vibe says Star Wars Wednesday. If he is vice president, the awesome fun thing says the U.S. Treasury will fund the Will of Hoss. Wholesome payouts The U.S. Treasury will fund the Wheel of Awesome Payouts. So for the ones that do not know, Awesome Fun Things, if you follow him on YouTube, he's live every morning at 8:15 in the morning, Monday through Friday. And if you hear a Mario sound or a coin, he tells you to put Mario in the chat. And on Fridays, he gives out $2. So I think it's Monday through Thursday is where, was it? No, Friday through Thursday is the actual entry time. And then on Friday, he does a spin wheel, and then you get $2 if you're selected. All right. So basically, he's saying that the U.S. Treasury will fund his Wheel of Awesome Payouts. Solo said, hold up now. Don't count me out, because lemon pepper wings for everybody. All right. And I will sign an executive order to stop ICE. Come on, Solo.
Oh, you got the black vote. You got the black vote.
Man, where is my thumb? Where is it at, man? I don't look at Solo. Solo saying this.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
What?
Started from the bottom, now my whole team. Yeah, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what Fogo Fridays are, but Rich Vibes. All right, y'all, I gotta reel this back in. They campaigning. I love it. We should do a poll. Let us know in the chat who you rocking with, Solo or Rich Vibes for vice president. Let us know in the chat. We'll talk about it after. All right. I did get the article back up. Thank y'all so much for the detour that we had to take. Rebus, you did a decent job. Better than the word of the day. You want to go ahead and set this up since you had it? You had it, Rebus. Go ahead.
Oh no, well, go ahead. I'm actually going in the chat right now, and I'm putting in my deals for vice and president for 2028.
Solo said one more thing, y'all. Election day is a paid holiday. You vote for him, you're gonna get paid.
Okay.
Okay, I ain't mad at it. All right, y'all. Back to the subject matter at hand. Ring. If you have a ring, you may want to consider either A, taking heed and turning off certain features, or may want to get rid of it altogether. They're letting police ask for security videos, and they're saying you can opt out of it. But the question is, can you really? Ring rolled out a feature they call community requests, and they're saying that they're letting law enforcement agencies send out official calls for footage from your Ring camera when they're trying to get to the bottom of a case. It's a completely voluntary service, meaning police can't just come and grab your videos without a warrant, but they're asking for you to play nice and play ball with them. Now, the key takeaway in all of this is that this feature is generally on by default. So if you have a Ring camera, it's probably already turned on, unless you went into the features and said, I don't want all of this. And if you're not trying to share your personal videos with the police, you got to make sure you turn it off in your settings. The professional move is to basically manually turn this thing off through the Neighbors app to ensure your privacy is on lock. Now, just know if you do decide to share the footage, your home address and email are sent right along with it. And once it's submitted, you can't take it back. Now, according to another announcement that was made with Ring, if you're not familiar with Flock cameras, they just partnered with Ring. And this is what a Flock camera looks like. So if you've been driving down the street, you may have seen one of these. They partnered with Ring. So basically you have these Flock cameras, your Ring camera, and then also Axon, AXON, those are the police body cameras. They partnered with Ring. All three of these companies are partnered together, and they're saying, according to Flock's announcement, its Ring partnership allows local law enforcement members to use Flock software to send a direct post in the Ring Neighbors app with the details about the investigation and request voluntary assistance. And request may be the request must include specific location and time frame of the incident, a unique investigation code, and details about what's being investigated. and users can look at the requests anonymously. Okay, believe that if you want to, okay? Flock is known for license plate recognition cameras, and Flock customers can also search footage from Flock cameras using descriptors to find people such as a man in a blue shirt and a cowboy hat. Besides law enforcement agencies, Flock says 6,000 communities and 1,000 businesses use their products. So between the body cameras, your Ring camera that you already have connected at your house, and this Flock camera, they're all saying starting on November 1st, this is what's going to happen. Now, how to turn it off. You open the Ring Neighbors app and open up the main menu. And basically, it's in the 3 lines. We call it the hamburger menu. So if you have a Ring camera, tap that 3 lines in the top right. I believe it's on the top right. On the top left-hand corner. And then tap the neighborhood settings. And then uncheck the box next to the community request and tap apply. And that's how you can stop it, okay? I'm not telling you that they won't go still find a way to do it. But I mean, my thing is, you have now turned your home into part of the police, Ring, Flock, and Axon. You've turned it into a surveillance system. There's been a lot of uproar on social media this week about what's going on with this. And I don't know if this is good or bad. There is no question. I just want you guys to let me know. And some of you guys are already chiming in. What do you think of Ring partnering with the police? And my community requests have been off since day one. Somebody said, can you stop it? Says, no. Well, if you turn it off, Revis, they say that you can, they won't share the information. But who's not to say Ring won't override it? I don't have a Ring doorbell, but know several people who do. See, Sheila Baker, this is why I asked you guys to please share the show. Because they needed to be on this show tonight so they can be like, I don't believe it. Well, guess what? It's in the fine print. This is why
there's the follow-up question,
which is,
can you trust it?
Okay, I'm with that, Reeves. That's fair. Can you trust it? I don't think you can trust anything these days. And I'm not saying, and don't get me wrong, I think we're in a catch-22 position, because if someone breaks into your house, you're going to want cameras, right? Someone breaks into your car, you're going to want somebody to pull that Ring footage for you because that's your property. But at the same token, are you open to knowing that you are part of the surveillance issue? That's a catch-22 situation. And to know that they've partnered with Flock and Axon, this is like I said, we're living in a surveillance state. And I don't have an answer for you. All I can do is just say, hey, here's the article. I want you to see it. You make a decision on how you want to move. They say that if you turn it off, they don't have access to it. But it's their stuff. You can't tell me there's not an override button. You cannot tell me that. I can't tell you that there is because I don't work for them. But I want you to be mindful of what's out there and what's available. Nothing is 100%, so it's a catch-22. We are slowly turning into a surveillance state and turning everyone into snitches. LMAO. Hey, man. I trust nothing sponsored by the government. Mama D says, don't have one. Ring, ring. That's the sound of the police. Rich Vibes. I can't. You got me, Rich Vibes. Look, I didn't even read that out all the way, but Rich Vibes said that. I need you as a DJ and say ring, ring. Come on, Rich Vibes. Hackers are going to love this. Yeah. This is interesting. The questions are pouring in. There is inside Ring cameras as well. I mean, I think that you should have looked at another product. I have a different brand. I think it was a Chinese-based company, and the only reason why I bought that brand was because it did 2K. There is no such thing as a 4K Ring camera, but there is a thing as 2K. And I did my research. I was very thorough. I do have an in-dash camera in my car where I can notify my people if I get pulled over by the police, and it automatically streams. If somebody bumps my car, it starts recording. It's 4K. I have to where I can literally talk to the person in the car with my dash cam that I have. Gets the pimples in your face. Gotcha. But that's a dash cam.
I have talked to you.
I pay that $10.99 a month for that service, right? But that's a dash cam. We're talking about Ring. I mean, Amazon, Best Buy, and any other company, they sold Ring for the holidays and said, hey, you can trust us. You're our friendly neighbor, and we want to make sure you're safe. And basically this community feature is I lost a cat. I lost my pet. But now you're in a situation where they can tap into your Ring camera whether you like it or not. Now they're saying,
why stop there?
Say what you're gonna say, sir.
Why not? Why don't we get with Verizon and T-Mobile and AT&T and Cricket and everybody else? Why don't we just get with them and just tap into everybody's telephones and use that?
Well, I don't think the FCC is gonna allow that just yet. He said,
It's coming. We're a surveillance state, so you might as well have access to every camera. Why not just have access to those?
I might need to switch out the Swan. That's an inside joke, y'all. There's a company out called Swan. I think they're an Australian-based company, and we had a chance to meet them over at CES. We've been trying to see if we can get them on the show because I do believe in their technology. I think that their technology is awesome. We had a chance to meet them earlier this year. Revis, Solo, and Sharente. We all got a chance to meet them this year. He says, let me go check my Ring camera now. I would love to know if you have this turned on right now as we speak. Yeah, I would love to know if you have this turned on your Ring in your settings. Is that community feature turned on right now? Anybody that has a Ring camera, check your settings. And once again, to check your settings, you need to go to the hamburger menu or the three lines, top left-hand corner, tap neighborhood settings, and it should say feed settings, and then see if that box of community requests is turned on. See if it's turned on. And let us know in the comments, is it turned on? And make sure you tap to apply the button and you select the ones that you don't want. Once again, did anybody even know that this was even happening in their neighborhood? Did anybody even know that this was happening right there at your house? You didn't even probably know. Now, here's the flip side. The community request is if you lost your dog or your pet. That's the way they're framing this, right? And you can say, hey, I'm looking for my pet. That's the way they're framing it. And if you have your community request on, then Ring can look at other neighboring houses and see if they can pick up that lost pet. But now what happens when it becomes a crime? What happens when the police say, we're looking for a certain subject and your community request is turned on and you have yours on? So now they can say, oh, they went through this backyard, or we saw them break into this car because it was turned on. Catch-22. Some right, some wrong. How do you feel? What side of the bed are you feeling? Do you feel comfortable on at the end of the night? Fast and Furious movie had good eyes that used every option to find someone. That's another good movie you might need to look at. This is what this show is about, right? Revis, myself, we're here to try to bring some fun, some engaging conversations with you. We want you to know what's here. We want you to know what's available. And you probably didn't even know that this technology was here. As a recap, prison phone call rates are rising. Those calls are going to get a lot shorter, and it's going to hurt the underserved community, right? Self-driving police car. Right now, it is a stunt. But who's to say that another police agency is not going to deploy this in their community, in their neighborhood, and in their surrounding counties, right? The new facial recognition app called Fortify, where they can just, the ICE agents can literally take a picture, and because you have your driver's license picture, you have your TSA picture, you have your mugshot because you've been arrested back from when you were 18 to 25, you uploaded a picture to a social media page and they sold the data to ICE. Now all they can do is take a picture and boom, they got you. Are you legit or are you not? Tomato, tomato, right? Police can now access your Ring cameras. Unfortunately, we're starting to see the makings of a surveillance state. And the question is, did we do it to ourselves? Wanting to be protected, wanting to protect our own. Did we do this? Did we do this to ourselves? Thank you, Solo. He said his settings, he checked his Ring, and he said it's only just for the record, not on his settings. I hope I'm getting that right. He says his Ring is safe for now. Hopefully you turned it off. Once again, the articles are in the description of this video. You can go and read the fine print. I'm not making anything up. You can see it right there. I show it to you every week. And this is what this show is about. We ask you to support the show by liking, sharing, Cash App, PayPal, purchasing merch. We told you a community should be coming within the next week or two. We do have a guest coming on next week. They should be at CES Solo, not sure. But this is the company, especially for the people that live in states where it is cold. You may want to look at this company here called, what is it called? Venatus or Venitas. I don't know how to actually say their name, but they have a Halloween deal. But basically, this is heated jackets, scarves, and footwear. You may want to look at what they have. And the website is venustas.com. And this is what they have. Super warm gear where you can stay warm, especially if you're in a cold environment. So from vests to jackets, especially Lisa Maria and Awesome Fun Things where it snows up in your area, you may want to look at this. We're going to have one of their representatives come on to the show next week. It has already been confirmed. All right. So I definitely wanted to let you guys know what's happening. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this show. Reeves, any final words before we get up out of here?
Hey, like I said, I'm glad everyone joined us. Thank you very much. And make sure you like, subscribe, and invite someone. Even have them watch the replay. Hey, this right here is very engaging. It was interesting, and this is stuff that people really, really should know. We're only going to bring you the things that we really think that you should know that you're going to get something out of. So make sure you invite someone and bring them here. And hey, we only last about an hour, hour and a half. Hey, and we're going to give you the most that we can give you in that little time.
Hey, like I said, this is an interactive show. We like to have fun. We like to curse. Well, we need to be cursing a little bit more, Aisha. And hopefully I don't get your diabetes up by cursing more, Solo. But neither here nor there. We want to have fun. We want to be engaging and informative. And like I said, these are articles that people probably may not have been talking about. You may or may not have seen on your timeline, but it at least starts the discussion in your community. Did you know that this was happening? And that's what we try to bring every week. I think that Ring setting in the app is Ring for my neighbor, not in the Ring app. So yeah, did I say it wrong? Awesome Fun Things. I think that the Ring setting is in the app, Ring for my neighbor, not the Ring app. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I just want y'all to look at that. The article is in the description for you to check it out yourself. And then if you have a Ring camera, then you can go from there. All right. It's definitely on the Ring for neighbors on mobile. See, this is that engaging conversation, right? For the people, Sheila Baker, those people that have Ring cameras, you need to show them this last section. We will have timestamps on this show towards by Saturday. We try to have, it takes about 24 hours for the transcription to pop up. And by Friday, Saturday, I try to have timestamps in here. So then that way people can watch it. And then they can just go straight to the segment as opposed to watching the whole show. So once again, I hope everybody has a great week. Thank you so much. I think I'm going to be rolling with Solo and Haas. Sorry, Rich Vibes. I mean, we don't need to be testing anybody's birth certificate saying that they're not a U.S. citizen. I hate to do it to you because I like you, but those lemon pepper wings and Magic City and getting paid on voting day, Solo is winning right now with me. So he's got my vote. I hope Mama D, Sheila Baker, Tech Troublemaker, and all Awesome Fun Things. He's already running. I hope they tend to go with Solo as well. But I mean, hey, your voice, your vote, it does matter. Oh, speaking of that, you need to check about your local elections. I'm gonna be honest with you. We talked about data centers, right? Here in Georgia, if you live in Georgia, November 4th, which is Tuesday, is election day. So you have up to Friday for early voting, and then on Tuesday is actual election day. And that Public Service Commission, if you don't want your electricity bill raised, you need to look in your neighborhood and see what's on the ballot. And if you see Public Service Commissioner, I'm gonna have to go down this rabbit hole, Revis. I do apologize. Pull up their websites, download the app on your iPhone or your Android, Google Notebook LM. Download it. Everybody should download this app called Google Notebook LM. Put in their websites. When it says, what does it say, Revis? I'm sorry. I got to pull it up. We should have did a whole training on this. I do apologize. It says create new if you're doing it on your phone. If you're doing it on your PC, pretty self-explanatory. Create new. You can upload any PDF, any audio, any website, any YouTube video, or any copy text. Put those websites or any articles that you can find inside of that Notebook LM. And then at the bottom, it should say studio. Give it about 5 or 10 minutes, and it will literally create you a conversational style podcast of who your candidates are. I just did an early vote yesterday. I went and early voted yesterday. And there were so many people in line that said, I don't know who I'm voting for. They were literally going down the line, any, mini, money, mo. And I'm like, why are you not using AI? I don't know how to use AI. I don't know how to do this. Hey, check out this thing called Google Notebook LM. The next time you vote, this could help you. And when I showed them what it could do, they're like, oh my God, this is so cool. So please pull out Google Notebook LM, put in your documents, put in that YouTube video, put in that copy text, that PDF or any audio that you may have, and allow it to scrape and tell you everything that you need to know. This is one of the best kept secrets that is on the internet right now, and people are sleeping on this. Once the election is over with, you can still use this for any other documents or any other projects that you may have. And the cool thing about it is it's proprietary to you and you only, okay? Unless you share the notebook with somebody. You get up to 100 notebooks for free, and the way to get around that is to delete the notebooks once you start to get up to that number to free up some more spaces. If you have a free Gmail account, if you have a pro account, you have unlimited, or you got an ultra, it's unlimited. But if you have a free Google, if you don't pay for the Google Pro or Google Ultra, if you don't pay for that, it's perfectly fine. It's absolutely free. I'm just giving y'all free game 99. There's no excuse for you not to know who is running in your local election. Elections matter. Clearly, you see the situation that we're in right now. There's no excuse for you not to vote. If you can vote, there's no excuse. I don't care how you vote, Republican, Democrat, or nonpartisan. I don't care. I just want to see you there with a sticker that says I voted. Please use Notebook LM. If you're in Georgia, there is Public Service Commission. If you don't want to see your electricity bill rise, look at that race. Pay attention. It is very important. Public Service Commission. Put the two websites in and make your decision. Anything else before I get up out of here, Revis?
Yeah, you started talking about data centers, and so you might as well finish talking about that.
In what regard?
Well, you was talking about the electric bill going up, and you started talking about data centers, but then you stopped and started talking about Public Service Commission. So you want to kind of clarify the data center and Public Service Commission and how they coincide with each other.
Okay. Solo is partly right here, right? He's partly right. Public Service Commission is serious. 4 rate hikes in a couple of years. Actually, it is 10 rate hikes in the last 4 years, 6 in the last 2 years. Rate hikes. How do you even justify a rate hike? And we have not seen anything extra. And basically, the Public Service Commission, they decide who and how much electricity is being charged, and they work out a deal with your electricity company. Okay, they work out the deal. So the electricity company say, hey, we need more usage, right? And they work out a deal and they raise your rates. And guess what? There's no justification. The data centers, and you're seeing them. Revis, I think he took some pictures of them. I'm not sure. Maybe we can talk about it in a couple of weeks about the data centers. But data centers are consuming the electricity for AI. So as much as we love AI, we don't like AI. They're building these data centers, and we've talked about them on the Lab Tech Show. Just search Lab Tech Show and data centers, and we talked about them. They can take up the size of Manhattan. That's how large they can be. We've talked about them. Who is paying for this electricity? Because if the electricity company is getting tax breaks, who ends up paying for it? You. So this is why the Public Service Commission job is very important. It's not, don't say the government, don't say Donald Trump, don't say Congress, don't say the mayor, don't say the county commissioners, don't say city council, don't say that, because it's not them. It's your Public Service Commissioner, PSC. Just do your research. They're the decision makers on why your rates go up or they go down. So if you live in Georgia, this is very serious. Can't tell you who to vote for. I want to tell you, but I want you to do your research. And I'm telling you to go to Google Notebook LM, download that app. It's free. Put in everybody that's running, put in their websites, and just listen to the conversation. And then we can talk about Google Notebook LM at a later time about some of the other cool things that it can do. But I want you, if you have an election in your neighborhood, please find the time to be at the polling place before Friday or Tuesday, November 4th. Your voice counts. That's all I can ask for. Mama D, thanks, Solo. I'm in South Fulton. Send info to Tallboy. Please, I'm new to the area. No, Mama D, I'm telling you straight up. You can go to MVP. Just type in the ballot. Just say, I want to know what's on the ballot for South Fulton. You say you're in South Fulton? I want to know, just Google South Fulton ballot. It'll come up and it'll tell you everything. It'll tell you mvp.sos.ga.gov. It'll take you there. You type in your name, address. You got a Georgia driver's license. Boom. It'll tell you who is on the ballot, a sample ballot, and you do your research. You can reach out to me privately and we can figure that part out. But in the meantime, in the between time, Google Notebook LM on your Apple or your Android phone. This is a serious matter. If you don't like that electricity bill being the way it is in Georgia, I highly recommend you look at this public service commission. There's other things on the ballot that are important too, but this affects everybody because we all got lights to pay. We got rent and light bill. We doing Q&A with a candidate tomorrow, says Solo, for public service commissioner or for what, Solo? Let me know real quick. He says we're doing a Q&A with a candidate with a candidate tomorrow. And it's surprising to see how many people did not know what was going on with the ballots. Who to vote for. You might want to look at your judges. I want to tell y'all so much, but we have gone over time, and I want to be respectful of that. But just go to their websites. Put the information, put each candidate inside a Google Notebook LM, and you get up to 100 notebooks. So if each race that's running, if it's a mayor running, county commissioner running, city council member running, if it's a judge running, put in their website. Just put in their website. If you find a news article, just copy and paste it and put it inside that Google Notebook LM, press studio, and watch that thing cook. And when you refresh it after 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and you hear this podcast, you're going to be like, I did not know that. I did not know this. And whatever you put into it, it will give you the information you need to know. Take 5 minutes and say it, sir. This is what real briefly, y'all. He said, say it with your chest. Okay, Solo. I did not want to. He said, say it with your chest. Okay, real quick. This is what I did. It's the first time I ever did this. I went to early vote yesterday, and I met this lady. I saw her with a sticker on her shirt, and I said, ma'am, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? I said, I'm looking for the city council president. Who do you think is the best person? I literally went on YouTube, and I saw the forum that they had with a forum that they did on YouTube for the city council president. I was listening to it. I still didn't know much about the two candidates. Websites are cute. I'm looking for video on Instagram because I'm young. I want to see your face. I want to look at you, right? And so the young lady, she told me who she voted for. She told me why. And I said, okay, cool. I turned around and she said, before you do all of that, go look at those judges. I said, well, what's going on with the judges? She told me 2 of the judges. And you can either vote yes or you can vote no to retain them. If you vote no and there's enough no's, then the mayor selects new judges. I said, okay, cool. Thank you so much. She told me the 2 names. I literally went into Gemini. I told you I love Gemini. Google's going to win. Remember, this is a Google product called Google Notebook LM. But I went inside of Gemini and I took a picture of the judge's name, vote yes or no. And I said, as a prompt, tell me the good and the bad of these judges. And one of those judges, I don't know if I can find it real quick. One of those judges in Gemini, cannot make this up. I don't think I can play it because Revis is on the phone. But the judge said, where is it at? Judge retention. Here we go. Is this the names? Nope, this is not the name. Where's the other judge? Okay, where's the judge I'm looking for? I was blown away. All I did was just take a picture of the judge's name. That's all I did. Where is it at? Not Ward. Atlanta City Council debate recap. Judge retention vote. Is this the person's name? Judge Bay. Nope, that's not the judge. There was a judge, and they said that this judge missed 67 days for no excuses. And that made that person those people that was on the docket sit in jail for an extra week or extra 2 weeks for an unexcused reason. They were suspended for 90 days. And it was like, hold up, what, was the judge on vacation? Just unexcused absences. Just did not show up. They had to find other judge. Did not even know that this was happening. But we all just vote yes. We don't know. All I did was open up my Gemini. It says camera, gallery, files, and drive on Gemini. If you have an Android phone, you already have Gemini on your phone. I opened up camera and took a picture, and the prompt was, tell me the good and the bad of this person. And it literally gave me a summary of that person. That's it. And I was able to make an informed decision. If you're looking to find out, should you go yay or nay with a certain candidate, that's why I tell you to go to Google Notebook LM, because they're giving you a conversational style podcast where two people are going back and forth, telling you the positive and the negatives of the two people. So for city council, there's 5 members that are running. By the time I got through listening to the podcast of those 5 people, by the time I got through listening to them, I kid you not, I knew who the clear winner was. And I did the same thing for the public service commissioner. When it came to those 2 candidates that were running, I challenge you, I implore you to please. I mean, if you got common sense, you know who was the better candidate. If you got some common sense, it literally just, hey, it gave out everything you needed to know. I'm sharing with you, please, please, please. You got till Friday to early vote here in the state of Georgia. The election day is on Tuesday. And like I said, if you can vote, vote. That's all I can tell you. Please. You can't say I didn't tell you. Google Notebook LM. When you get to the election, even if you pull up the ballot, I talked to the voting manager yesterday. Even if you pull up the ballot and you cannot go in, because there was a young lady, she was trying to take a picture with her phone of what's on the ballot, and somebody caught her and they told her she needed to delete the picture. You cannot take pictures of what's on the ballot. You cannot do that. That is a felony. You cannot do that. She was a young voter and they told her, hey, you can't do that. But what you can do is you can step out and they will close the little window that they got, the little, doors of your voting ballot, and you can step outside and you can go look up whatever candidate that you want. So you're not rushed to do anything. So if you do not know this information, and I'm not saying you did or you didn't, I'm just throwing it out there because I watched this happen in real time yesterday. You do not know this information, you can step out, you can take your phone once you step out of the voting room and go do your research on candidate A, B, C, D, measure 1, 2, 3, and make a decision. Hopefully that helps somebody. Vote for Haas and Vibes 2028. This guy right here. Hey, I can't. But I thank y'all for listening to this rant, and hopefully this helps somebody. I pray we see what has happened. And at this point, we can't just say it's all Democrats and we can't say it's all Republicans. We can't say it's all. No, you got to vote with your conscience. I can't tell you who to vote for. You got to vote for what you feel is right and what covers you. So you ain't never heard me say, go vote for this person and go vote for that person, other than Solo and Haas. That's the only thing you heard me say. Outside of that, you do your own research. You vote with your conscience. And if you have the right to vote, there's no excuse for you not to be at the poll between now and Friday, or definitely on Tuesday. That's it. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Happy Halloween. I thought we was going to put on a little outfit or something like that, but we're not doing all of that. There's too many problems going on in the world these days. And I just think that this is a serious time of where we are. And I think, I don't have an answer for what we are going through, but I do say voting matters and voting changes things. Your voice counts. I don't care if it's one vote. Is one vote going for that candidate that you wanted. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And Revis, I'll see you on the other side. It's the Lab Tech Show. You already know. This was a long show. I wasn't expecting it to be 2 hours. An hour and 51 minutes and 18 seconds to be exact.